Hawk's boss, General Senona, just got caught in the most embarrassing lie at the Madlanga Commission when he claimed he accidentally sent a screenshot to Cat Matlala by mistake, but the commissioner destroyed that excuse by asking one simple question: why did you bother calling to explain a mistake that means nothing? And watch Senona squirm as he realizes he has no good answer because this wasn't a mistake. This was him showing Matlala he's got access to top generals. So let me show you exactly how this unfolded, because Senona thought he could lie his way out of this, but the commissioner wasn't having it, and watch how the entire exchange exposes him.
You must then have also made an assumption about the brother that you are being asked to speak to.
You are correct, Commissioner. I'm trying to assume as well, but it doesn't ring a bell to my recollection, Commissioner.
No, General. This WhatsApp message is on the 14th of April. You are going to meet, and you know at that point, you are going to meet General Mkwanazi on the 15th. Today, it's less than a year since this WhatsApp message was sent to you. You got these documents last year already, so you've had ample opportunity. If you had forgotten, you've had ample opportunity to reflect on these communications, one, but two, you did make an assumption, you tell us. You say, I made an assumption that he's referring to General Nkua. You could not have made that assumption in a vacuum. You made that assumption because there was a context to it. Otherwise, I could easily ask you, why did you not assume he's referring to Ms. Patricia Mashale, for example? So there's a reason you assumed it's General Nkua that he's referring to. It has to be so. And I'm saying you must then have assumed something about the brother that he's referring to. You may have been wrong in your assumption, but you should be able to answer the question, who is the brother you assumed he's referring to?
I'm trying to do my recollection, Commissioners, as we are here, and I did before. It is an unfortunate situation. This type of things, sometimes it is important to engage with the person who sent it. Because at this stage, I am trying to recollect and talk about what Mr. Matlala has sent to me. And then it is unfortunate, even when I received this document, still to date, I've never had contact with him directly or indirectly. But I'm trying my level best to try and think who the brother, who was he referring to? I'm trying to think to assist the Commission.
General, can I say something? At this moment, you are not assisting the Commission, and you're leaving me, I'm speaking for myself, you're leaving me with the impression that you are evasive. You choose not to answer questions that you fear might get you into trouble. Because there is no way somebody can say to you, don't forget. It's a reminder, which means you must have discussed this in the past. And when he reminds you, you don't say, what are you talking about? I'm confused. You give him a thumbs up as if to say, yes, I will not forget. So when you say you assume you can't remember, it gives me the impression that you either don't want to tell us or you are deliberately being evasive. This is not 15 years ago, as Advocate Commissioner Baloyi says. This is a few months ago, in the lead up to an important meeting with General Mkwanazi.
Commissioners, I am not evasive. The issue that I'm afraid I'll be in trouble, I am already in trouble. I indicated before your good self here, Commissioners, that with this document of the Commission, I am already being in trouble. So I can't fear to disclose what I recall. and being afraid that there will be trouble. I am already in trouble. So at the end of the day, commissioners, I see from time to time, if I can't recall something, I'm told I'm evasive, I'm told I'm lying, and I don't want to respond to these words that I'm told about, but I'm not a person who will come here and mislead the Commission. If I was lying, commissioners, the chairperson of the commissioner, when I arrived here, asked me one question. Are you affirming or are you taking an oath? I said I'm taking an oath because I don't want to lie. Please.
And General, to be fair to you, the reason I'm mentioning this to you is that I don't want to put things in a report that I did not give you the opportunity to respond to. The impression you are making to me, I must let you know about it and give you the opportunity to, respond to that. Because it would be unfair if I don't give you the opportunity and then you see in a report that you formed an impression of that nature to me. So that was the reason I was mentioning it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
General, can I, still on this, the brother that he's referring to, is it possible that he was referring to General Mkhwanazi?
It is not.
Why do you say it's not? Why are you so sure about that, if you have no recollection?
I don't think he will refer General Mkhwanazi as a brother. They according to me, they never knew each other. They never met before, according to me. He won't call him a brother.
Yes. Well, let me tell you why. Let me put to you why I think he was referring to General Mkhwanazi, and you knew that's what he's referring to. The WhatsApp message of General Mkhwanazi, Ms. Asim, if you would remind me what page it is.
It's the annexures bundle, file 1, annexures to the witness statement. And it's annexure S4.
Thank you. Thank you.
Page 89.
Yes, thank you. The reason I'm putting to you, and I'm doing this to try to get us through this very quickly, because I think we are getting nowhere with your responses, your repeated on cue responses that I don't remember. In this WhatsApp message, General Mkhwanazi records, you have been talking to him. The opening paragraph is, you made arrangements that I meet this guy because, and then he carries on. I asked you, where do you know how you spoke to him about Nangi? So you are talking according to General Mkhwanazi's WhatsApp message, you had a discussion with him, right? According to him, you had a discussion with him and requested that he meets with Mr. Matlala. That's what General Mkhwanazi says. Then this WhatsApp message where Mr. Matlala says to you, remember to speak to our brother, which comes a day before the meeting with General Mkhwanazi, and you assume he's referring to General Nkua, who incidentally is the person they're going to be discussing in the meeting the following day. You make that assumption, it is General Nkua he's referring to. And then you are blank to us about the brother that he's referring to, that you are supposed to speak to. Now, when I thread General Mkhwanazi's message that you asked him to meet with this gentleman, it says you are talking to General Mkhwanazi. That's what General Mkhwanazi tells us in that WhatsApp message. You are talking to General Mkhwanazi about this meeting. Mr. Matlala says to you, speak about the lady who's causing trouble. You say you assume it's General Nkua. I want to put it higher than that and say, he's referring to General Nkua. It's not an assumption. And then the brother there, you know who that brother is. Otherwise, you would have not noted, you would not have simply noted this. You would have said, who is the brother you're talking about? If you didn't know, you knew. And the sequence of messages, including General Mkhwanazi's, suggests that Mr. Matlala was asking you to speak, when you speak to General Mkhwanazi, speak to him about, mention General Mkhuwa as well, that in fact they discussed the following day. So you know that's the sequence that happened. When you say, I don't remember, I made assumptions, it cannot be. And I think in nearly similar vein to to Commissioner Kumalo here, I think I would like you to take this commission much more seriously and give us proper answers. You are not assisting the commission. You say, I took the oath, I said I was going to tell the truth, and I'm trying my best to assist. You must accept sitting there that when you say, I don't remember, it's of no assistance to the commission at all. It isn't of any assistance. And maybe it's worth mentioning that you're actually here under subpoena. You didn't volunteer to come and assist us. You were subpoenaed to be here, and you're sitting there behaving, and I say this with utmost respect, you're sitting there behaving like someone who's just discharging the obligation of coming here under subpoena. You're not going to tell us anything. You do know what this was about. You simply choose not to tell us what you know this WhatsApp message was about. You can comment if you want, but that is my view as well. I share Commissioner Kumala's view that you're not being of assistance to us. And it's a deliberate decision that you have made.
No comment, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Chair, it's 7 minutes past 11. I'm not sure what you would like to do.
Please continue. Let's adjourn at 1:30.
At 11:30. Thank you. On this theme that we've been dealing with of the assistance you provide to Mr. Matlala, after this exchange where he asks you, he reminds you, don't forget, ask that lady, you say, thumbs up. Then comes the meeting of 15 April, we know that. If you go to page 42, you'll see the message from Mr. Matlala to you. He says, this number will call you to make meeting arrangements, and then he gives you an 066 number. Who was that who called you to make arrangements?
Thank you, Commissioners. This number was sent to me by Mr. Matlala in order for me to be able to meet him where he was. When I called this number, the person who was talking on this number, it was Mr. Matlala.
So he called you from this number, which wasn't his usual number.
He sent me this number.
Yes.
And then, yes, this is not, it was
not his usual number.
Yeah.
This number called you, and he was the person on the other end of the line talking to you. Okay. Let's move on. You meet on 15 April. On 15 April, you learn more information about the alleged criminality, as we heard yesterday, because now you heard about the investigation of the alleged attempted murder. Do you remember?
I recall.
You recall? Okay, so we keep going. So what happens after this is interesting, because there are quite a number of phone calls between you and Mr. Matlala. And I'll just show it to you so that you see what I'm talking about. This is after 15 April. So on 16 April, if you start on page 43, on 16 April, there's a phone call from Mr. Matlala to you. Do you see that?
I see it.
On 17 April, you send him more of I don't even know what you call these things. I mean, you might call them emojis, but there's some things. It's fine. Pictures. Then on 17 April, you'll see Mr. Matlala calls you again in the morning, at 8 in the morning. Do you see that?
Yes.
8:30, yes. And then on 17 April, same day, 8:27, you call Mr. Matlala.
Yes.
And then you call him again. Probably you didn't get him because the next phone call is 8:29, a couple of minutes later. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then he sends you a pin. Is that the location where you were to meet?
On the 17th of April,
Yes, he sends
with
you a
these
pin.
calls and this pin, no, we always met at Mainland Main, where we were not supposed to meet.
So why did he send you this location pin?
I'm going to be in trouble with the commissioners. I don't know why he sent it to me.
I'm saying he sent it to you because he was telling you where to meet.
No, our meeting place is the Mainland Main, next to his business office. It's Mainland Main Hotel. We never met elsewhere other than there.
But you can't explain why he sends you a location pin.
Maybe he will have to come and talk about it, commissioners. Mina, I don't know why he sent me this thing.
Okay, so this is something you just don't recall.
Yes.
And then you continue 17 April, you make a call to him at 12, I think that's 19 minutes past 12 in the afternoon. You see that?
Yes.
He sends you a message, but he deletes it.
Yes.
Do you know what that message was?
No,
Do you know why he would have deleted it?
I don't know.
You send him a heart. That's followed immediately with a heart. And
A
then,
heart and amen.
yes. What did you mean by that?
A heart and amen.
Why did you send him this picture?
The heart and amen.
Yes, in response to
It
him.
is. I was not responding to his message that is deleted.
I see.
I was just talking to him.
I see. Okay.
Yes, commissioners.
And then you called him at 6:35, the same day that you sent him the picture.
Yes.
And then he calls you again that evening at 6:48.
Correct.
And then you call him again, same evening, 8:52.
I see
Yes?
that, commissioners.
And then 2 days later, he calls you, 19 April. See that?
Yes, commissioners.
And you call him 19 April at 10:26.
I see that.
And then on the 21st of April, he calls you again. Do you see that?
Yes, commissioners.
He called you, right?
Yes.
And then you called him on the 22nd of April
Correct.
at about quarter to 6 in the evening.
Correct.
And then on the 23rd of April, you send him another message. And then he calls you on the 23rd of April.
Correct.
So lots of conversations happen after the meeting of the 15th of April. What was all those conversations about?
As far as my recollection, in some of our conversation, he was happy that I accompanied him to the meeting. And over and above that, he was adamant that the order forms will come. And then I was saying, I accompanied you to the meeting. I'm also believe that your meeting has served you right. And other communications is a general stuff that are personal between me and him. We did talk about issues of how happy he was and how appreciative he was for me accompanying him to meet the general.
He was very appreciative in all of those phone conversations. You seem to now recall all of these conversations. You say mostly it was about personal stuff, and some of it was about the contract.
The meeting, not the contract.
You had no discussions about the contract?
The contract?
Yes, about
Which
the
one?
purchase order. There's one contract only that was the subject of this discussion on the 15th of April. And you know what it is?
If they had discussions, and then I've indicated yesterday, commissioners, even in my statement, what I can recall, what was discussed there, and then I also strongly believe if that video clip is going to be played there, the recordings, those things will be there. And also, he did appreciate, as I'm saying, me accompanying him there. And then other stuff is that, because I'm not going to do this, commissioners, to try and remember things that I cannot remember. The ones that are coming, I'm remembering. I am going to say it. And then I see where the advocate is going to say, you remember other things, you don't want to remember other things. But I'm honest here to tell what I remember. What I can't, if I don't have an answer, I don't have it, Commissioner. So that is my response to you.
But you do agree that you had very many communications after 15 April?
I agree as it is stipulated here.
Yes. And they were very warm and friendly. Isn't that so?
Correct. I am a warm and friendly person. It is in my DNA. That's me.
You're very warm and friendly, even with people you know to be suspected criminals.
You know, commissioners, I'm pushed here to say there is this narrative of that I didn't want to say, but it seems I'm compelled to say it. You know, allegation sometimes is something. It is alleged. People sometimes will remain innocent until proven guilty. So over and over I'm told I'm conversing with an alleged criminal and so forth and so forth. But I didn't want to go there, but I'm pushed to say this. But I am a warm and friendly person. I was talking to him.
And in other words, you see, what you're saying now is contradicting what you said before, which is you were very concerned. And you were wary of him, and you were cautious, and you didn't trust his innocence, and you were pulling away from him, and you were going to cut off ties. This contradicts all of that, what you said yesterday, isn't that so?
Commissioners, what I've just said doesn't delete what I've said, that I was moving away gradually. My personality, I know I was told why you didn't cut it off like that. My personality, we differ with personalities. It doesn't mean when I move away gradually, I mustn't talk to people. I was talking to him, but moving away gradually, that was happening. I indicated that yesterday before the commissioners. The chairperson of the commissioners asked me vigorously about that and told me. Then I even said, I have learned today that somewhere, somehow, this is how one must deal with issues.
And your response that people are innocent until proven guilty, how do you explain that in your position as a senior police officer? How do you explain that answer? Let me finish. That you know that you are engaging with somebody against whom there are very serious allegations.
Ms. Hasim, contexts do, of course, differ, but I think this point has been made, hammered, and so on.
Perhaps I'll just say this.
Yes.
General, I'll just put it to you then, that your response, that you're just engaging with somebody, that in your position, because this is not just about, gradually withdrawing. I'm saying something more. I'm saying that you're not an ordinary citizen. I'm saying that you are a senior police officer and that there's a greater duty on you to be circumspect in who you engage with. You can comment.
Commissioners, I hear I'm being told about my position. I'm going to say this. In terms of my position, if they gave me a warrant of arrest and say, go arrest Mr. Matlala, I'll gladly do it without any difficulty. That is my response, Commissioners.
So that took us to the 23rd of April, all of those many phone calls. And then on the 24th of April, you send Mr. Matlala a screenshot of, is this your phone? Is this a photograph of your phone or a screenshot?
Yes.
Of your phone? And it's a screenshot of you communicating with General Kumalo.
Correct, Commissioners.
And the content of it is you saying, good morning, General. He responds, morning, General. You say, can I call? And then nothing more.
Correct, Commissioners.
So what was the purpose of sending this to Mr. Matlala?
I have indicated on Tuesday, Commissioners, that this message was sent by default. And then 15 minutes thereafter, I called him and then I told him I sent that message by you by mistake. It is not intended to you or for you. And then I even indicated that there was a third person that I was going to introduce to General Kumalo regarding issues that are related to his division. And I went and hand over that individual, third person, and I said if General Kumalo can be called here, he will attest to what I'm saying. Because the person, the situation, the way it was, it was a pressing issue so that I can go and hand over this third person. And those things are intelligence things that are very, very classified. They normally even don't talk about them. The issues, the things that this third person was going to deliver there, as well as talking to General Kumalo.
Just for clarity, General, I'm not sure I follow. So who do you say you meant to send this screenshot to? Very briefly, please.
Is a source, is a third party, is a source who was having information that is related to division. Here in Pretoria.
Why would that source have wanted to see just good morning, General, can I call?
It's me who was doing this, Commissioner.
I'm saying if you meant to send this to a source, what interest would that source have had to this conversation? In this conversation.
He was pushing that when am I seeing the general, the source. And I did deliver the source.
Could it be that our brother from the previous text was referring to General Kumalo?
I said I don't remember. This one was sent by mistake. As you can see that here I went to deliver a source.
No, I can't see that from this. And if it was sent by mistake, why didn't you just delete it?
I called him, Commissioners, and informed him this was a mistake.
Is it not that you called him in order to discuss your intended meeting with General Kumalo?
Commissioners, already the meeting with General who?
With General Dumisani Kumalo.
My intended meeting with General Kumalo,
Yes.
telling who?
Mr. Matlala.
No, it's got nothing to do with my meeting with General Kumalo.
So when you met with General Kumalo, because I think you did already say that you did have a meeting with him, did you discuss the problem of Mr. Matlala's problems with his contract? Did you ask for assistance?
No, I didn't ask for assistance.
Did you raise the contract at all?
I was talking to General Kumalo and introducing the source, that the source is talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from there I handed over the source, who also, I left the source with him, then I drove away.
So you are adamant that you never had a conversation with General Kumalo about Mr. Matlala's contract?
No.
Okay.
General, this message on its face, it communicates nothing of significance to a third party unless you are telling that third party, whether it's Mr. Matlala or somebody else, unless you're telling that third party that, look, I am talking to General Kumalo, right? I think your evidence now is that the third party you were sending this to was pressing you and you needed to show them that you are talking to General Kumalo. I think that's what you said.
I'm trying to say this, talking to General Kumalo commissioners to secure an appointment to take this person there in Erasmus Kloof.
Try and listen. I'm making a different point to you. Your evidence now is that you are going to introduce this source, I think you call them a source, to General Kumalo. That's what you were trying to arrange here. Okay. So that's all that this message does, is to alert somebody that I am talking to General Kumalo. That's all. And that you say that's all you were doing with it. And of course, it contains nothing other than you are in communication with General Kumalo. Now, if you sent this to Mr. Matlala by mistake, why was it necessary to call him and tell him it's by mistake? It has nothing to do with him, according to you. It contains no information. All it says is, good morning, General. Morning, General, can I call? If it has nothing to do with Mr. Matlala, it means absolutely nothing to him. Why did you consider it necessary to call him, as you tell us, to explain I sent it to you by mistake?
Because it was not intended for him, commissioners.
That's what you're telling us. It wasn't intended for him. And if I accept, for purpose of our discussion, that it wasn't intended for him, why was it necessary to call him and tell him that? Because he knows it has nothing to do with him. Why didn't you just let it be? I mean, in your many communications with him, he sends you things. You don't ask him, what is this about? You just let it be. Even important stuff, documents, you don't check with him, why are you sending me this? He says, speak to our brother about the lady. You don't ask him, what brother are you talking about? So your pattern on your evidence, your pattern of behavior in your exchanges with Mr. Matlala is, if stuff means nothing, you just don't means nothing to you, you just let it be. So I'm asking you the same, that, well, now you've sent this to Mr. Matlala. Why did you not just let it be? Why did you think it was important to call him and tell him, oh, I sent it by mistake? If we accept that's what you did, that's what your call was about.
I'm saying, commissioners, I told him that this was sent by mistake. It was not intended to him, because me, General Kumalo, we were supposed to meet to come and present this source, Commissioner.
Okay.
I don't have any other better answer than the one I'm giving to you.
I don't have any other better answer than the one I'm giving to this. And that right there is Senona admitting defeat, because the commissioner just exposed the fatal flaw in his story by pointing out that in all of Senona's communications with Matlala, when Matlala sends him confusing messages or references to mysterious brothers or documents, Senona never asks for clarification. He just lets it go. But suddenly, with this one screenshot that supposedly means nothing, Senona feels compelled to call Matlala within 15 minutes to explain it was a mistake, and the commissioner is asking why the sudden change in behavior. Why is this the one time you need to clarify something? And Senona has no answer, because the truth is this wasn't a mistake. This was Senona showing Matlala his connections, proving he has access to senior generals who could help with the contract problem, and when Senona realized that sending proof of his communication with Kumalo might be too obvious, he called to backtrack and claim it was a mistake, but he couldn't just delete the message because Matlala had already seen it, so he had to call and do damage control, and the commissioner saw right through it, which is why Senona ends with, "I don't have any other better answer because there is no better answer. His lie just got completely exposed, and if you think this Hawks boss should be arrested for corruption,